Happy December, everybody. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name's Caitlin. I'm the creator and founder behind the channel Cash Stuffed. And I'm so excited you guys are here. I can't believe it's already December. I'm technically filming this on Monday, December 1st, but this is going live on Wednesday, the 3rd. But I'm really excited that you guys are here today. Fun fact too, in case you if my first video you saw of me was my video from last week with my Thanksgiving hat. Again, really happy that was the first video. That is me in a nutshell. Here's also me in a nutshell. I got my Buc-ee's Christmas shirt. I mean, look at the back. It is awesome. Isn't this great? If you've never been to a Buc-ee's before, y'all have to go. I love Buc-ee's. I have 5 Buc-ee's ornaments on our Christmas tree in the living room. It is like a gas station and little supermarket combined on steroids. It's awesome. I love the beaver. This is a holiday shirt I got. I either got this last year or the year before. I think I have 2 Christmas Buc-ee's shirts. I'm not gonna lie. But if you've never been, it's really cool. They're originally, I think, from and based out in Texas, and then they've kind of come over to the East Coast, which is where I am. I've been to one of the Georgia ones. I've been to a South Carolina one. And then they're building one here in Florida, which I can't wait. I think it's going to be built actually near where I live, which is even better. But it's been in the works for a long time, and I think they're finally starting to break ground on it. So it's going to be great. So that's besides the point. That's not why y'all are here, is to hear about my Buc-ee's obsession. But if you want to talk about it in the comments, let's talk about it. And speaking of the comments too, because I always forget, because I just reminded myself by that exact words, today we are doing a debt check-in video. And if you're new to my channel, what that is essentially I am super transparent with my numbers. I try to be with everything, including my savings check-in, which I shared last week. Definitely check that out. I'll put that at the end of this video so you can kind of check that out. I do the little playlist, that you can watch at the end. I'll put that video there. And of course, everything's linked in the description below. But what this is I literally walk through all of my debts. I share exactly what my numbers are. And in the video, I always encourage everybody in the comments to share a debt that you're working on. And I don't think you don't have to share an exact amount. You can literally just share credit card, or you can share mortgage, or you can share student loan. Or if you want to get specific, that was my cup. If you want to get specific and share an actual number, feel free. My whole goal with this series is to just kind of show y'all what my numbers are, so that way everyone, I just feel so often, I think I share this in every video, but again, if this is the first one you found, I want you to know, I see my cat. Y'all see my cat. Oh, he did it. Sometimes he eats shit. I'm not gonna lie. Beep, beep. Pull out the curse word. But he really does. My other cat's the one who's always going across. He doesn't always have the up, so I'm really proud when he does. Oh, look at him. Look at you go, Cornell. He's oh my God. Yeah, you. Look at you. Look at him go. But I kind of really hope that it encourages you guys to just kind of see that no matter what people might be showing on the outside, everyone is working on something on their own time. I think I listened to a podcast the other day where it was saying how, someone might have this super fancy car and stuff like that, but their car payment is so high that they can't do anything else. The car is all for show or something like that. They're in debt just from their car. So it just kind of really, it was a good little eye-opener to be yeah, you know what? I'm working on this. This is where I'm at. Or maybe someone, they might be working on even more than I am. Or someone might think that they have it all, but they're actually working on stuff too. So it was just a good perspective. So that's what I kind of hope that this series does for you guys too. And let's get into it. So we currently have 6 debts total. This year we have paid off 3, which has been really, really cool. So we did have 9. In a perfect world, I would love to pay off 1 more, but we will. Where's my cat? He's got the zoomies. He's currently doing flips in his cat tent right there. Sorry, that's really funny to watch. I wish y'all could see it. He's so psycho. He's the definition of a ginger cat. We did have 9, so we did pay off 3. In a perfect world, my goal would be to pay off 1 more, but we will see. I kind of have shifted my mindset a little bit in the past, I'd say 2 weeks. I've been going super hard on paying off debt, and I still am. It's still my focus, but the first of the year is oftentimes it can be a slow season for me for my current job. just because since I do work with a lot of brands, usually between like January to March, a lot of brands are finalizing new marketing budgets for the new year. People are coming off the holiday season. People are also coming off the holiday slump. You know what I mean? Like we get so excited and we have so much fun, and then everybody's kind of like, merp. You know what I mean? Myself included. Like we're like, well, where's all the fun? Like, you know what I mean? So those couple months I've actually been lately just trying to think about when I do my upcoming like cash plannings and cash stuffings and all that, what I can actually put aside and get ahead on. Like for instance, Sam's Club was having this really awesome deal on cat food. They had $8 off the package. I was like, holy crap, on a cracker, this is great. And so I ended up getting 3 because I'm like, yeah, I go through one of those like a month with my cats, and I'm like, you know, that basically puts me kind of like 2 months ahead, and they already have all their food that they need. So I was like, I've been thinking about stuff like that just to be like, how could I actually get ahead? Because I've never been able to in my life like this before. So I'm trying to. But so some of these numbers, I feel like I'm going to keep trying to make really good progress on. But I had this goal of like maybe getting one paid off or doing certain things. And I'm going to try to maybe get one more. But that's kind of been where my mind's thinking. So just kind of, again, I'm just being transparent with my numbers. I'm 6 minutes in and we haven't even started. I hope you're still here. So, all right, let's get into it. So debt number 1, my Capital One credit card. This one originally started with a $10,000 balance, y'all. I actually think I had over $10,000 balance. This is that credit card that you gave a 20-year-old called me. And she said, ooh, free money. And then I said, oh, crap. It is not free money. Lesson learned. We all learn it. I'm 32 now. 31, 32. What am I? 32. Don't you hate that? Don't you hate when you're like, how old are you turning? My mom asked me the other day at Thanksgiving. She's like, how old are you turning this year? And maybe I'm turning 32. 32. I don't even know. That's really sad. And my mom's like, is it this? And I was like, I don't know. My dad's like, no, it's this. I'm like, oh, thanks, Dad. We didn't have to be that honest today, you know? So I have gotten this down. So I got something in my eye. And every month I make a $125 payment. That is kind of like the payment that I established, with the law firm. It did go to a collection agency because of COVID. When I lost my job and I was unable to make a payment or two, they said, screw you, and put it off. So that was really fun. Really fun for my credit too. So I make $125 a month. This is kind of my lowest priority in terms of what I'm trying to pay off in order. And so last month our balance was $6,394.32. And this month's balance is $6,269.32. And this payment comes out towards the end of the month every month, which is also why I like to do these videos kind of at the beginning of every new month, because all the bills have been paid. And so I think it's a really good time to kind of check in to see where everything is. What's nice about this, like, does it suck that it went to collections? 1000%. There's nothing good about that. But you know what is good about it? There's no interest. Ha ha ha. So if you have to find a win in a really crappy situation, that's it. So what's nice is like when I do make a payment on it, like it actually does make progress. So even though this is my lowest priority in terms of paying off, this one out of all of them, I'm making the biggest dent in. So at least there's that. So find a positive. My second debt is my other credit card. This is my Discover credit card. As you guys know, if you follow me on here, I hate this account with every fiber of my being. It can kick rocks and any other mean phrase that means to suck it. This one, I have not paid my November payment yet, only because I had I'm going to probably pay it today because I didn't realize I was like... right there, you can kind of see the holes from here. Well, the way that the wall is, we've tried to do it twice. It's coming out. And so Chandler the other night, he's like, I just need to put it in the stud. And so we have to switch like the anchors, I think, or what, I don't know how he's doing it, but we have to do something. And he just hasn't done it yet because he actually slammed his thumb in the car door on Saturday. So that was really fun for him. So he's been saying he has 1.5 hands. It's way better today than it was. But obviously he's not in the best position to do that. but there's usually one more step there that helps him get up there. And, you know, he's sitting right here. I love your enthusiasm, Colonel, but like, you're not your brother. Your brother is smaller and could jump from the floor to the sky. That is not you. Oh my God, that was so effing funny. I hope y'all got a good laugh out of that. He was like holding on for dear life. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. So anyways, back to Discover. I haven't made that payment yet. I'll probably make it today. I got distracted. It was due on Thanksgiving, and my mind didn't even think about it. That whole week I was kind of in and out of work and the office and doing stuff. You know, I was just not really there. So I did mess up there, but that's okay. We're going to try to take care of it today. I was looking at my budget, and I also, shocker, I'm late on being paid by something we've been trying to figure out for 3 weeks. It's been not fun. I get paid on something else this week, but still, it's just annoying. So that is that. Our third debt is my student loan, and that one I paid $206.15. And last month our balance was $13,536.96, and this month it is $13,353.71. So that did make some progress, which is really nice. It always it's slow and steady, but what's exciting is with a payment and a half, we'll then be under that $13,000 mark, which is nice. We'll be in the $12,000. So it's getting there. Again, not my top priority. We're going to be going into my top priorities next. And then after those, what kind of it falls in line is that Discover, and then probably Capital One and student loan and stuff like that. So that's just kind of where we're at. My next one is Diesel's surgery loan. So fun fact, if you're new here, my dog had knee surgery about 2 years ago. It's called TPLO surgery, and it's basically when your dog tears their ACL, also called their CCL, cruciate ligament, essentially. So he had that surgery. It was about $5,000. Woo! And so our balance is $2,780.75. I made some larger payments a couple months ago, and so we haven't technically had a payment due. And to be honest, I kind of took that as an opportunity to put that money towards the next step, which we're going to get into. And then starting this month, I think I'd shared last month, it was either going to be November or December when I started kind of pushing towards that again. So we're going to get back into that. But it's been nice that one hasn't really changed too much. That is one of my top priorities, to get paid down. Evenly tied with that is this next one, which is my Sam's credit card, which y'all, we made some good progress. I'm so excited to share this with y'all. So last month we had $1,463.87. We now have $1,046.35. I used my $200 savings challenge that I completed from Angie's Finance. And then I used another $150 or something like that from when we sold an item, because I put $50 for Christmas, and then I did another $50 or $150 towards this. And then I made an additional $50 payment as well later on. I forget, I got paid, or maybe it was an affiliate commission. I did something. But either way, we got this down a lot, right? Basically $400. So that was huge, huge progress. I'm hoping that within this next month, we will make some progress even more on this. Again, what I shared at the beginning of the video, I do have some priorities for getting ahead for the first of the year, but at the same time, I do think we'll be able to get this down quite a bit, which is really exciting. So I'm very proud of that. Out of everything probably this past month, that is probably my most happy accomplishment, just because I was doing so well for the longest time, keeping that at a zero balance. And when that got out of hand in about July and August, August and September, because of all the stuff that I got delayed on with work, it really screwed us up there. But I'm happy to be able to get that back down and get us in a good place. So that's a positive. And then our last debt, which is our wedding loan credit card. This is what I have through my parents. This is how they were able to help us finish paying for our wedding. But my mom and dad don't just have that money lying around, so we've been paying them back. I made a goal for myself back in, let's see when I started this, because I can't believe I've done it. I started this in April. This started with a balance of $6,000, and I was having I've been having a really good year with my business. And I decided that I was going to make a $500 a month payment. And this is a lot of money. And I've shared before that half of me hates that I have to pay this money because of multiple feelings. The other half of me, or another part of me, is like, this would be really nice to be having towards our future house because we've been trying to save, and houses aren't, they cost way more than they used to, especially when you live here in Florida. There's a lot of negatives that sometimes peruse my mind. I'm not going to lie. Again, I'm just being super honest here. But the very big positive that I'm happy and excited to share with you guys is that I have been able to do this every single month. I have not made the November one, or I can take that back. I have not made the newest one. Did I make that one on that time? I could have sworn I did this. Or is that December? Maybe I didn't update this for November. I'm going to have to check with my mom. I know that sounds silly, but I can't remember if I just didn't update this or this was this past one. I got to look. I got to check. So either way. Because I don't know if I haven't just paid this December 1st one, or if I was paying November with this last one, because I sometimes will pay. There's not technically a due date because I've paid so much in advance. Kind of like how I was saying with Diesel's bank loan, when you pay so far in advance, and you pay way more than the minimum, you don't necessarily have a monthly minimum. That's just kind of how it's been. So I got to double check that because I'm kind of all turned around now. So I either have $2,500 left or $2,000, which is, can you believe that? That is effing insane, y'all. Like, that is so exciting. And if that's like, no matter which one's the case, like the fact that I've gotten that much down, I've basically gotten $3,500 to $4,000 down since April. Like, that is such a freaking accomplishment. Like, I don't know what is. Like, that is awesome. So, in terms of priority, obviously that one's a top one just because I need that money back to save and just be able to pay off things of my own. That would be really nice. And then our other priorities, the top two right now are Sam's credit card and Diesel's surgery loan. And like I said, when I made those larger payments on Diesel's surgery loan, I really wanted to get the Sam's credit card back down just because I'd worked so hard to maintain it for so long. And I got really disappointed when I did allow it to go up. Again, it was kind of a crappy, shitty circumstance. Like, it just really was. Life just kind of needed to keep going, and I didn't have all the money to do it at the time, so that's what I did. But we're fixing it, so that's all that matters. So I guess that's kind of like, I try to be I try to be super honest with all my stuff on here, but I also kind of like, I'm hoping with all of this too, with all this sharing, that you like, either if you've done something like this before, like me, or you're currently paying it off too, that you're like, okay, like I know I'm not alone in this. Or if you're watching this and you like maybe don't have a first credit card yet, maybe you're like younger, and it makes me sound like so old. Maybe you're like in college or something, and you're like trying to get ahead on your finances because you're like, I want to learn more about budgeting, and you YouTubed budget methods and cash stuffing came up, and my channel came up. Like, learn from me and everyone else who does this, because I know I'm not the only one who talks about like credit cards paying off. Like, some people do use them for points and doing different things. I don't really work that way. I do kind of like just paying with the cash that I have and the money I really do have, instead of basically borrowing someone else's. The only credit card I'm ever probably going to keep is this like Sam's credit card. And again, I just like the fact that it's just one thing, one thing that keeps me going in some regard. But my plan is to always kind of use it paid off. So that way I don't get into these situations again, which is always the goal. So that is basically my debt check-in video. I hope you guys have a really great day. Because I'm not sure on that wedding loan balance, what I was going to do today, which I'll try to remember for the next video. I know I say that a lot. I just don't always remember. Is I have this column on my spreadsheet here. This is what my computer's right here. And I have like a total debt kind of thing here, and it shows like my full balance with like everything, and it updates as my like rows update with all my other debts that I pay off. And so because I don't know the exact balance, I'm not going to update it just yet. But I'd like to possibly start sharing that number too, so you can kind of see what my total number is, because I know I'm like saying all of that and like some numbers are big, some are small. But it would be cool to kind of see something like that and be like, oh, this is this, and then this is this, and then this is this. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that'd be really, really cool. So, let me know if you'd like to see that as well. And then we can, work on sharing stuff like that together too. So I hope you guys have a great day. Happy December, and I will see you guys. I don't know if I'm going to do my cash planning or cash stuffing video this week or not, just because I technically am getting paid Friday, and so I just got to see if it should be on time. But so I haven't had the best luck with that in the last couple months. So just in case it's not, I may wait till next week, but we'll see. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody. Colonel also says goodbye.